Hey, awesome people. Welcome, Mr. C here with you for another fractions video. Thanks for tuning in. If you learned anything new, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. This video today is going to be our fraction subtraction with some models practice problems video. Again, this is going to be our practice problems video for subtracting fractions. If you missed the teaching video, it is in the description below. Check that out. Also in the description below, you will find all of our 4th grade fractions playlists. Check those out. We've done a lot with fractions. Also have the 3rd grade fractions playlist, and you know what? We've even got the 2nd grade fractions playlist. All of those are in the description below. Check those out. Make sure you are caught up to where we are at in this video. Again, this is our practice problems video for subtracting fractions with like denominators. Let's try a few problems. Well, here we are with our very first problem in this video, and make sure that you have the correct mindset before we get started. Remember, a growth mindset is really important in math. If you don't have a growth mindset, math can be really hard. If you have a growth mindset, you know that you're going to make mistakes, you're going to use those mistakes, you're going to look for challenges, you're going to keep pushing yourself. Don't give up, all right? So, here we go. We've got two fractions on the screen. We've got 6/8 minus 4/8. And the first thing I want you to do, and the first thing I do when I'm solving this problem, is I'm looking at the denominators. Okay, that's the very first thing I'm kind of looking at here, because these denominators are going to tell me what I need to do. If the denominators aren't the same, then I'm going to have an extra step. If they are the same, like they are in our problem here, then I can go ahead and start solving it, okay? So in this one here, the denominators are both 8. They are the same. I can go ahead and start solving for our answer, all right? Trying to find the difference between 6/8 minus 4/8. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show 8 sections on our fraction model. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. All right. First things first, I need to color in 6/8, and I'm using purple, so let me color in 6/8 because that's how much we start with. We have 6/8 of the whole. I lost count of how many I've colored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. All right, so we've got 6/8 here. I'll even label it. You don't have to label it. I like to do it just so I can see. Kind of helps me. So I've got 6/8 in our model, and I'm going to be taking away 4/8. Okay, that's how much we're taking away. We started off with 6/8 of one whole, and we're going to take away 4/8. So let's do that. Remember, you can erase it if you'd like and do it this way. I'm going to just mark them out is how I'm going to do it, whichever way works best for you. If you have a whiteboard, it's probably easy just to erase them. All right, I'm going to mark out 4/8, so make sure I count this right. Here's 1/8. Here's 2/8. Here's 3/8. Here's 4/8. Let me make sure I did that right. 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. All right. I'm going to take a look. Before I finish up with my model here, I'm going to go up here to my expression, and I'm going to solve it. Okay. So I need to subtract the numerators. 6 minus 4 is 2. Then what do I do with the denominators? Remember, if the denominators are the same, then we don't have to worry about them. We just keep them the same. So these denominators are both 8. We do not subtract the denominators. It stays at 8. There's our fraction 2/8. Let's make sure our model matches up with that. Our expression, 6/8 minus 4/8 equaled 2/8. In our model, we've got 1/8, we've got 2/8. There you go. Here's really the operation way, which a lot of you are probably figuring out, but I also want you to be able to see the subtraction. All right, I want you to be able to see it, because this here a lot of times is really, really simple. A lot of times people understand that. But the thing that people don't always understand is this. This is the part I want you to be able to understand. If you can see the math that you're doing, if you can visually see it in your brain, then it makes this up top make a lot more sense. Okay, that's why I draw the model. It's really, really helpful. Never be afraid of drawing a model or using your fingers in math. They are super, super helpful and really, really beneficial. Okay, so take a look at this one. Pause it if you need to. Rewatch it. Figure out where your mistakes are. Join me for the next one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next fraction problem is on the screen, and notice I did draw a circle for my model. I always get asked from students, Mr. C, why do you always use a rectangle? Honestly, I just use it because it's the easiest one for me. But you know what? I said, you know what? You're right. Y'all are right. Let me use a circle every now and then. So here's a circle. I'm going to use this as my model. Feel free to use whatever you'd like. First thing I'm noticing about this fraction is I've got 3/3 minus 1/3, and I notice that my denominators are the same. So that's good news, because that means I can go ahead and start solving it. The second thing I notice is that this fraction here, 3/3, is equal to what? 3/3 is the same thing as 1 whole. So I notice that this is a 1 whole. 3/3 is equal to 1 whole. So that's just something I kind of noticed when I was doing it. It's always important to have that number sense, okay? But that's not going to change the way I solve this. Okay, I still need to show this in my model. So let's see if I can make 3 equal sections here. You know, it's not terrible. I'm going to redo that one line. Let me try it like this. There we go. 1, 2, 3. So I've got 3 sections. My green fraction here, 3/3, that's how much we're starting with. So that's what we need to show in our model. So here is, and honestly, another reason the circles, I just feel like I do such a terrible job of coloring them. Like, I feel like with my rectangles, I do a better job with coloring them and stuff. So thanks for being flexible here with me as I try a different one. So I'm coloring in 3/3. I need to definitely practice on that, but don't worry, I will. All right, so 3/3, here it is. I'll even label it. Here's a third, here's a second third, here's the third. So we're going to take away how much? We're going to take away 1/3. So I'm going to mark out, and this one here, I'm probably going to go like this and just mark it out. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I took away a third. Now, before we look at our model and see if our answer is correct, let's take a look at the math at the top here. Subtract the numerators. 3 minus 1 is 2. We don't subtract the denominators. If they're the same, we keep them the same. So we're getting 2/3 when we subtract 3/3 minus 1/3. Does our model show the same thing? Yes, it does. Notice we had 1 whole. We had 3 out of 3 colored in. We took away 1/3. We took away 1 out of the 3. And now we've got 2/3 as our difference. A lot of you probably are doing this right here at the top really, really easy. All right, it's probably getting to be really natural for you. That's really great news. Some of you, you're probably still using the fraction model, and I love it. All right. For either of you, if you're getting really good at this top part, make sure you know how to draw the fraction. If you're getting really good at doing the fraction model, make sure you know how to solve it up here. Okay, you gotta be able to do it both ways. Let's try one more. So I've got our last problem here on the screen, and I'm gonna go back to my rectangle. You know, I did a circle, so you know I'm always trying things a little new as well. So I'm going to go back to my rectangle. So we've got 9/10 minus 8/10. And again, the first thing I want you to do is take a look at this and look at the denominators. You got to see if they're the same. If they're not like denominators, if they're not common denominators, then we've got a little bit of extra work. In this problem, they're both 10, so we can go ahead and solve it. And to do so, I need to draw 10 equal pieces on my model. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. All right. How much are we starting out with? We're starting out with 9/10. That's how much we have at the beginning of this problem. So let's color in 9/10. 2, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10. See, I'm so much better whenever I'm coloring like rectangles, I think. I don't know. Maybe y'all think differently, but I feel like these look way better than my circle ones. Oh, computer's getting a little low. Let me get these labeled. 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10. There we go. I'm gonna grab my charger real quick. Pause me, see what you think on this one. Alright, my computer is charging up, so I am ready to keep going. Did you solve this one already? If you did, let's see if you got it correct. So I have 9/10 on the screen. I am taking away 8/10. So let's do that. Let's take away 8/10. Make sure I got there we go. So there's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10. And again, this here, honestly, if you really need to like color them in and really mark them out, feel free to like color them in more. I just put an X for myself, but if you really want to like color them in, or if you need to like just to completely erase them, like some people may just need to do that and just get rid of them completely. Do it however you like, okay? So I took away 8/10. Let's see what we get in our expression up here at the top. Subtract the numerators. 9 minus 8 is 1. Do not subtract the denominators. 10 minus 10, don't subtract them. Denominators stay the same. So that's going to be 10. Let's take a look. Does our model match? How much do we have left? We've got 1/10. There you go. All right. There you go. Now you see what we mean when we are subtracting fractions. And that's what I really want to make sure you understand. You need to be able to visualize what we say when we're subtracting fractions and when you're doing it. All right. So where are you making your mistake at? What doesn't make sense? Where are you confused? Find your mistakes. Try some on your own. All right. Try some on your own. That's the best way to get better. If you didn't have a chance, or if you're still a little bit confused, check out our teaching video for subtracting fractions in the description below. That is really helpful to get you to where you need to be. With that being said, if you learned anything new at all, make sure you click the like and subscribe button. Join us as we continue making math understandable and challenging. That's all I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. C, out.